Hey guys, it's Lindsay. We're going to do your fire sign reading for June. I typically like to get these out a little bit earlier, and that's why I'm doing this right now. And I haven't done a fire sign reading in a minute, so we're going to get in that for you guys. I can't speak today. I am also going to be getting a microphone, so my audio is a little bit clearer because I've been noticing and I've had comments that my audio isn't that great. So I'm going to try and speak up for this one. Okay? And we are going to go into the general reading for fire signs first, but as always, if any of these messages don't resonate for you, it's your responsibility to take only what you need and leave the rest. Okay. There's something about a mess. Fire signs, a mess. And this is interesting because I had my cards all over the desk, and there was like makeup and there was like hair, which is gross, but like it was all over the desk, right? And I'm like, this is literally the fire sign reading. This is how their energy is feeling. This is how it's like you need a good spring cleaning, fire signs, and that's literally what this energy is. It's like you need that spring cleaning because I feel like you've gotten everything so piled up and so enclosed, you know, like you do in the winter months, in the colder months, and you don't realize how enclosed you are until it really starts, you know, being noticeable, like me having all the cards all over the desk and everything, covering the desk. And so that's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like fire signs, you need a spring cleaning. So let's get the general reading for those cards and see what shows up for that energy. And part of that, oh my god, this is crazy, but part of that is feeling like you almost need like a guttural yell. So this is kind of funny because it's not just the physical spring cleaning. It's not just, you know, cleaning and dusting and vacuuming and all these things, right? In order for something to get so messy physically, there has to be an emotional component, okay? And I feel like this was a big part of why you are kind of where you are, fire signs, is the messiness is directly related to the emotional component, right? So not only do you need to do that deep clean, and for some of you that may actually be like literal deep cleaning on your house and getting into all the corners and dusting and vacuuming and just like making it feel fresh. Opening the windows is also going to be a big one. But you also need to do an emotional deep clean, and for some of you it literally is feeling like a guttural scream, like from the bottom of your soul, and just a release, a scream, a release. And I would even take it a step further, honestly, fire signs, because you are fire. Yes, 9 of Swords. So this is like the piled on energy, right? So we're talking about the emotions. There they are, all this heavy, dense, dark energy piled on. So you need to release this energy. And yes, the guttural screaming can be good, and I would recommend, if you're going to do that, do it. If you have a vehicle, do it in your car where no one can hear you. And yeah, so I think that would be really helpful, like when you're on the highway, when you're driving and no one's around, screaming, just gutturally screaming. You need that emotional release. And to take it a step further, as I said, fire signs, I feel like punching bags would be really good for you. Really going out a punching bag, or if you ever go to one of those like rage rooms and like just break things, because you need to allow your body to hit the point where it's almost like exhausted, and you can feel that you've fully released everything in there, because it does feel very deep to me, fire signs. It feels like it's been settled in there for a while. And I'm not saying this to like make you feel bad or be negative or anything like that. It's just an awareness around it, and also an awareness on how you move through it, right? So this is the point. We're at the awareness of how you move through it, and you need that physical and emotional release for the month of June 2026, and even before that, okay? So spring cleaning energy, spring cleaning. Let's go into Aries, because I really wanted to check in on Aries first. I was like, there's something going on with Aries, and I want to know what's happening, because I haven't checked in on their energy in a while. You're moving, Aries. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that may be part of this cleaning that you're getting, because you're actually physically moving. Knight of Pentacles. For many of you, it's actually going to be physical movement. Physical movement to an area where you earn better, to an area where you're more settled, it's better aligned for you. That's the Pentacles is money. So you're moving, chasing the abundance, essentially, Aries. And you're going to be establishing yourself in this new area, Six of Wands, okay? So that spring cleaning energy has to come prior to your movement. You have to release everything that you're moving away from, right, Aries? Okay, and for those of you who are not physically moving, you are energetically moving, and you need to release still. So it's like, it's not something, you know, you can bypass to get to where you want to go. It's something that you actually physically have to go through, Aries. Any other info coming up for Aries? I'm also getting barefoot. Why am I getting the barefoot? Because I'm looking at his feet that are barefoot right here, but specifically, why would that be coming in? Okay, the other thing that's coming in is grounding, Aries. You also need some grounding, because again, as a fire sign, I feel like sometimes you need to like discharge energy. So walking barefoot on the earth is going to be really potent for you now, and really healing, and help you to kind of navigate this transition time that you're going through, because it is a large transition. What I'm seeing, whether or not you're moving, this movement of energy that's coming through is a very large transition. So make sure to keep yourself grounded, Aries. And I just see you on the move. I just see you going forward, and kind of once you do that spring cleaning, you're just moving through it very quickly, and you're moving on to the next step. But again, you have to go through the spring cleaning. You have to go through that step. You can't bypass it. So make sure that you do it, okay? Then we're going to go into Leo for June 2026. It's funny because Leo, your energy's like disappeared, which is interesting because Leo tends to be in the spotlight. So it's almost like, yes, could I be more psychic? Could I be more psychic? Because, what card? You disappeared, Leo. Hermit. Okay? You did. Mentally, emotionally, physically, you've disappeared, Leo, and no one can find you. And you've been sitting in your hovel, you've been sitting in your cave, and everything's been piling up around you, and the energy's been getting stuck, and you've just been sitting in it, okay? And this is part of Leo, like, I think there's like a stubborn streak too. It's like very much, you will do it on your own time, and no one's going to tell you when you're going to do this. But I think after a while too, Leo, you get annoyed with yourself. And I think it's coming to that point in May, June that you're just kind of annoyed, and you're like, okay, fine, I'm going to clean everything. I'm going to like move everything, and I'm going to get myself out and about, because I just can't live like this anymore, right? You kind of like get grossed out with yourself, right? Because like I feel like part of this energy is like maybe not taking as good physical care of yourself, which like Leo, you love to be in the center, you love to shine, you love to, you know, like show up and dress nice and all these things. And I feel like when you don't take good physical care of yourself, you know, you kind of like get grossed out. Like you're like, what is wrong with me? Okay, that's enough. Okay, so I do see you moving on. 10 of Swords energy, Leo. You are definitely moving on from this energy. You kind of like hit that finality where you're like, okay, that's enough. We're just throwing everything out. We're cleaning everything, whatever. And I think a lot of this heavy, dense energy actually came around a romance for you, or the loss of a romance, Leo. So we have the Two of Cups and we have the Intuition, but both are reversed, right? So Two of Cups is romance. And in some ways you did feel like a fool in this romance. And so I feel like you take endings to heart, Leo. Even though like you pretend not to, you take endings to heart, and you really like hold them for a while. And I feel like that's what's happening here, especially around romance for many of you, is that you've really taken that ending to heart, and like you've held on to it, and you've held on to everything physically around you. And now you're ready to just wipe the slate clean, okay? So I think it's time. I think you're right, Leo. Just do it. Just wipe the slate clean and move on to the next, because it's like you need that breath of fresh air, and it is coming in for you, okay? Sagittarius, June 2026. There's a choice that's going to have to be made, Sagittarius, and it's like a very large choice for you. You're going to have an offer, Sag. You are going to have an offer of love. And if you are already in a committed relationship, it's like a renewing of love. But for most of you, I think it's going to be an offer of love, right? And so you're kind of in this space where you don't know if you want to be in a relationship or you want to be single, and this offer comes in and you're like actually heavily considering it, where you haven't considered these types of offers in the past. And your spring cleaning, Sagittarius, is around your patterns around romance, okay? Your patterns on the people you date, the patterns on the personalities you date. That type of patterning, you need to like just... The same way that Leo is wiping the board clean, you need to also wipe the board clean, but in your patterning around romance, just let it go, because I feel like this person coming in is like very different and very interesting for you, and could potentially be a very good match. But like, you can't go in with the thoughts of like the relationships that you've had before, or any of that like attached energy. That's the other thing. Don't go in with energy attached from the relationships before. So if you have items for them, if you have like memories, like, I'm not saying throw them out, but like put them aside where you're not looking at them, put them somewhere else, you know, start to really release that, because there is this connection coming in, and I feel like it's something that you don't want to miss, Sag. Like I really do. Like I feel like it's going to be a good connection, and a very I'm hearing robust, which is a weird way to describe it, like a romantic connection. But I'm hearing like it's going to be like a very robust and enlivening connection for you. And it almost is going to bring you back to life, Sag. So in order to do that, you have to spring clean away the old romantic ties and connections and all the emotions attached with that. And there's something else coming too. I want you to also journal out your feelings on your last relationship and or relationships, and just get it all out of you. Like, just get it all out, and journal it out, your thoughts, your feelings, any emotions, anything, any reminiscing. Just like do a really long page about it, and either burn it or keep it, but just get it out is the point of this, because you're preparing the ground for this, Sag, which I really like for you. So that is the reading for fire signs for June 2026. My name is Lindsey Rose. This is Storyteller Tarot. If you would like your own personal reading, please check out the links. I also have an account over on YouTube as well. I do short readings. Otherwise, I wish you guys well.